Yeah, just a quick review of the Vlela Copper Arthritis Compression Gloves. So these are made specifically for hand arthritis, although there are people using them for other things as well. They work in two ways to help people with hand arthritis. Number one, they do provide compression. That's kind of the squeezing, and that helps decrease swelling. And so if you get rid of some of the swelling, you get that down, you're able to move your fingers better, and pain gets better, and you just work better all the way around. Number two, they do also provide warmth. And we all know that warmth, heat always helps arthritic symptoms. So those are the two main ways that these gloves help people with hand arthritis. A few points about these particular gloves. They do have an open finger design, which I really like. So, if you do have hand pain, let's say you have hand arthritis and you have trouble like sewing or knitting, you can put these on. You can actually do those activities. And also good for like texting and working your phone as well. They do have a breathable fabric, which is good, because if you do wear these a lot, like especially in the summer months, you can get kind of hot and then you start sweating and then you worry about washing these things. So it's just best to start off with a really breathable fabric from the beginning. These were kind of interesting because these actually have these textured rubber grips. So that I think is where these kind of really stand out. 'Cause a lot of times if you have a lot of pain or you have weak hands, you have trouble gripping things. But if you have these little textured grips on them, there's more friction, and so you can hold on to things easier with less grip force. So I think that's a really cool feature on there. So anyway, permanent temporary relief. A lot of people are wondering, well, they work while they have them on, and probably if you take them off, probably for 30 to 60 minutes, you'll probably continue to feel better. But then, you really got to have them on to get the total relief. But I think there is actually a way that you can get permanent relief by wearing these things. So you probably need like a multi-pronged treatment approach. So the gloves will help, but you need something else to get you to where you want to be. So we all know the gloves help while they're on, but maybe you can't wear them 24/7 or you don't want to. It's just not practical. So if you find something else that does help hand arthritis, like say exercise. So we all know that if you strengthen your hands, you get them stretched out, get rid of that stiffness, the pain goes away or at least goes down a lot to a manageable form. But you can't do that right now, right? Because you have hand arthritis. It's painful. So what you do is you put the gloves on. After about 30 minutes to an hour, the hands warm up, stiffness goes away, swelling goes down a little bit. Now you're able to do exercises, which will get you the longer term relief. So as an example, this book, Treat Your Own Hand and Thumb Osteoarthritis by Jim Johnson, PT, you might want to consider things like range of motion exercises. So if you ever go to like occupational therapy for like hand therapy or something, or a hand specialist, they're always going to have you do like range of motion exercises. And why is that? Well, one big reason is because the joints in your hand, and a lot of them in your body, are synovial joints. Synovial joints secrete synovial fluid, and that helps, it gives nutrition to the articular cartilage at the ends of the bones in the joint. The problem is, if you can't move your joint through the full range of motion, this synovial fluid doesn't get dispersed through the whole joint like it should, because this synovial fluid gets to all the cartilage by movement. So if you move through a full range of motion, it kind of sloshes the synovial fluid around the whole joint surfaces. If you can only move your joint or your fingers just a little, the synovial fluid really doesn't get spread around like it should. So range of motion exercise really help get that synovial fluid spread around, and that helps with nutrition to the cartilage, and that helps everything overall. And there's other things you can do. Range of motion exercise, if you know which ones, don't really take that long. Also, strengthening exercises you can do just a couple times a week. This one has using like a light dumbbell. Even this one has an exercise for thumb arthritis. So you may not know it, but there actually is something you do for your base of thumb arthritis, which is really common, especially in females as they get older. The base of the thumb arthritis, or carpometacarpal joint arthritis, there's a muscle called your abductor pollicis longus, and it goes right to the base of your thumb, right there where you have all the problems. So that helps stabilize that joint and prevents excessive motion in the joint. And once you stabilize and get better control over that joint, you have less excessive motion, less pain. So, really a lot you can do, but the gloves will enable you to do that. So yeah, this is a pretty decent pair, so definitely check them out.